problems. This is Penn Medicine. They're in my backyard, 250-year-old institution. You can imagine the kind of established and stodgy culture that happens in a medical institution like this. They brought in a guy named Roy Rosen, who was the chief innovation officer at Intuit, software company, right? So didn't know anything about healthcare. Knew a lot about developing digital products. Probably banged his head against the wall for the first 2 years, and then eventually broke through. And what he realized was, if you're going to make progress, you have to change the talent model. He took what the medical school was really good at. They had unbelievable expertise in clinical and medical R&D. He married them with business modelers from Wharton and engineers from the engineering school of Penn. And all of a sudden, the innovation machine just cranked up. So he took complementary skill sets, put them together. We call that, basically skill grafting in the book. And all of a sudden, put a lean startup model in place. They were all of a sudden testing and validating 8 ideas every 3 months. And what's come out of that in terms of lowering readmissions, doing things like community health and creating community health workers to lower the cost of care, and even doing things like in a NICU, being able to lower the cost of managing breast milk for moms. These guys are creating crazy innovations out of a stodgy old medical school because they brought in a completely new set of skills. And then the last rule, which I think is the most important, is reframing your purpose. Many of you guys sit on a powerful purpose as a company, but you don't use it for innovation, right? What was cool about what Mary Barr did, she said, we're going to be a 000 company, which sounded crazy, right? 0 crashes, 0 emissions, 0 congestion, which means we can't just think like a car company anymore. We have to be much bigger. We have to be able to be willing to innovate around transportation. The company that did that in the book that we talk about is Discovery Health. Very cool insurance company out of South Africa, founded by an actuary out of the insurance industry that said, we're doing this all wrong. We don't co-create or share risk with our customers at all. We push all the risk on them, we collect their payments, but we don't really make them co-producers of their health. And so they launched something called Vitality, you may have heard of. It's now the largest health and wellness platform in the world, used by corporations. They cut deals with Apple and Google to allow people to use things like the Apple Watch to monitor their own health and fitness. And ultimately what they did was they blew up the insurance model. So now they're partnered with guys like Ping On and Manulife and others on auto, property and casualty, and health insurance, and it's all around the same model. How do we let the consumer be part of the shared value and risk in the model? And really exciting story, but it all started with the purpose that we're about building healthier consumers and sharing the value with our customers. So as I think about, we kind of talked about the Parthenon in the book in Greece. This has been around 2,500 years. It's kind of weathered floods, storms, fires, wars, and it's still standing. And I think that's a lot like you guys, right? The established companies that do this will still be standing and they'll be relevant and leading. What I'd like you to do real quickly at your tables is say, when you think about the rules, which of the rules resonate the most for you and why?